Hey everybody, welcome to the art project. We're going to do a little dry brushing today. Stick around for the whole thing, see what happens in the end. And if you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on the little bell icon up there to get informed of new videos when they come out. So the first thing I did was scribble all over a piece of paper with some Sharpie. I didn't want it to be completely smooth and completely black. I wanted a little texture, wanted a little of the paper to show through. So I had a couple of Sharpies that were almost running out anyway, so that worked out good. To get a little bit blacker in the middle, I switched to a larger marker and scribbled over that a little bit more. And then we're going to do what's called dry brushing. Dry brushing is when you do not continually add paint to your brush as often as you'd like, as often as you normally would. You start off with some paint on the brush. You paint in the areas that you know are going to be the brightest, like in this case, the forehead. And then as I get some of the paint off of the brush painting those areas, then I start painting in areas that are a little darker. And so it's just kind of a slow way of working up to the excuse me, working up to the brighter areas. You start on a bright area, then you go to a darker area, and then you come back to a brighter area. And the more paint you add, the brighter it gets, of course. But the dry brush just kind of puts down a little bit of white paint, covering a little bit of the black, and allows for this process. I think it's fairly self-explanatory. It takes a lot of practice to kind of get used to it, but it's one of my favorite techniques. A lot of times I'll paint a piece of canvas completely black or a piece of paper completely black, and then work on it with white acrylic paint like I'm doing here, instead of using Sharpie marker. But anyway, it's pretty nice. And then in the end, you'll see me do this a little bit in the end if you watch carefully. I use the black Sharpie to clean up any areas of white that I didn't really want, or where I messed up, I don't fix a whole lot of my mistakes. I like to have the mistakes, kind of show through. But, if it obviously distorts the face more than I want it to, then I will clean that up a little bit. But not only that, in this particular picture, I'm going by a photograph that I took of one of my students. In the end, it doesn't really look like my student at all. If it does, it's an aged version of my student. But the idea was to get the lights and darks in the right places and all that, not really to make a photograph of her. I'm getting better at doing portraits, I think, but it's a slow process, especially when you don't get to practice or work as much as I do. So anyway, I'll let you watch the rest of the video, and then I'll show you the results at the end. Thanks. Well, that's just about it. I'm cleaning up some of the areas that I don't like with this Sharpie, putting a few more shadows in the hair, tweaking the lips a little bit. But anyway, that's pretty much all there is to it. It was fun. I hope to do some more like this. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Please share on your favorite social media platform. Share with your friends. And show it to your students if you have some. And go make some art.